deeply disappointing.
That's how opposition leader Michael Pintard defined the mid-year budget delivered by Prime Minister Philip Davis. Pintard says that the opposition intends to thoroughly review the budget because this administration is only good at making commitments.
Each time we do, the Prime Minister proves to be inaccurate in many of the pronouncements that he is making, even figures that he shares with the general public. They have not been transparent. They won't explain simple things like how much you're paying consultants.
Davis told Parliament that the country's projected revenue is looking up. However, Pintard is of the view that the Davis administration is riding on the coattail of the previous government's financial success.
And so the Prime Minister has not sufficiently taken into consideration the headwinds that he and his administration and the country will face. That's one thing that can have a negative impact on those overly optimistic projections. And secondly, the reforms that are required, he is not committed to those. One example is state-owned enterprises, making sure that we are not burdening the Bahamian people by excessive amounts of hiring. We are continuing to allocate additional resources to state-owned enterprises, which flies in the face of what he had promised not to do in the past. That's one example.
The Prime Minister in his contribution reminded the Parliament about the $1 billion debt, which they claim that they inherit from the previous administration.
The Prime Minister's statements are always moving goalposts. If you would recall correctly, when the Prime Minister first talked about the $1 billion,
the opposition maintains that the government is being disingenuous with the state of the country's financial affairs. Laurencia Smith, Eyewitness News.